right, let's now speak to the Walter Sisulu University Registrar, Dr. Lulamile Ntonzima, who joins us this evening. Good evening to you, sir, and thank you so much for your time. What's your reaction to the news of the arrest?
Can you come again, ma'am?
What is your reaction to the arrest that has been effected by the SAPS this afternoon, the person that has been arrested, the 54-year-old?
Mr. Mambane.
Well, we cannot name the person until they appear in court, but I'm just saying that there has been an arrest of a 54-year-old man this afternoon by the SAPS. How is the institution reacting to that?
Thanks, ma'am. Firstly, we will welcome the arrest as the university, which is a step to a right direction and a proper way to start to investigate and establish exactly what happened.
Is it not a concern to the institution that this incident happened earlier this week and yet we see an arrest now?
Yes, it should, but immediately when this matter or incident took place, the police force was on site and they assisted the very same staff member to have a safe passage from the conflict of the students. And they even took him further to the central police station of Mthatha. And then he left from there back home. That is the report we've got. So we took that as a police procedure that they will immediately follow with their expected activities or requirements to handle the matter. The matter has been handed over to the police from the time they took him from campus.
So I understand you speaking on behalf of council. How is council processing the events of the last few days at the institution?
Council met last night and immediately last night passed a decision of the suspension of the staff member that is accused of being involved in this incident, the staff member that is currently arrested this afternoon. He was suspended with immediate effect. And secondly, the council agreed and passed the decision to remove the security company that was in conflict with students, students demanding that it must be out, with immediate effect last night. That has since happened. And lastly, to highlight the key decision, the council instituted or passed for the establishment of independent inquiry on this incident, which will be led by the retired judge of our Constitutional Court, Justice Dafta. Those are key major decisions that came as a reaction of the council after deliberating from the reports that it received from management last night.
And I appreciate all of this that you're saying and that there is now going to be this particular inquiry, but is council saying anything because a student died here? What is council saying just about that very point?
The council has expressed its shock about the incident and communicated its condolences to the family and disappointment about how this incident happened in the university, and further directed or mandated management of the university to continue making preparations and support the family. Insofar as the funeral services or arrangements are concerned, the university to take full responsibility. That was the decision as well passed by council last night. And mandated again the university management to continue to give psycho support to the family where it is needed to make sure at least the family find a way to grieve and to transition out of this situation.
Does council know that students are being evicted now?
Yes, the council has been made aware that the university is closed and students are given a notice up until 4 o'clock tomorrow to leave the campus. This is the result of a continuing conflict between students and the security that has been put in place to replace the security they had a problem with. The current security company that has been placed last night, it was placed at the request of the students and at the approval of the council, that we can't have the university without security services on the ground.
Where are you expecting them to go?
When they were issued with a decision to go and leave the campus, they are expected to go back home, and there will be a communication that will outline the process for them to come back.
Yeah.
But the face-to-face teaching and learning will resume on the 5th of May.
So, Dr. Ntonzima, before I play a soundbite of one of the students, right, I ask this question because in some of the cases that we've seen in the past, where institutions will choose to say during a time of protest, students must go back home, some of the students will say they don't even have the money. It's mid-month, they don't even have the means, and their parents don't even have the means to bring them back home. So I ask if council took that into consideration, because some of the students are raising that as a concern on top of the grievances they have.
Yes, ma'am. We are aware about the challenges that always face students when there is a swift closure of the university outside timelines. And the university management will be dealing with any form of requests that are as a result of challenges to go back home. That is out there. It's an arrangement we have to make sure they are going back is successfully. It is at the best interest of students that the university residences are closed so that their safety and security can be restored.
All right. I just want us to listen to Themba Zikhali, who is the campus premier there, and just hear exactly what he's got to say. And I'm keen to hear your thoughts at the back of that.
The new development is that the management has decided to evict students. This is the second eviction the whole year. And the stance of the students is that last time we were evicted, our grievances were not met, or they were not resolved at that point. So as the SRC and the students, we are rejecting that eviction. We want our issues to be resolved. They must not run away from their issues.
Did you hear what he said?
Yes, I've heard that.
So he says that you're running away from the issues. That's why you're shutting down the institution, because this has happened before and the grievances that they've put on the table were simply not dealt with, and the university was shut down. And he says the same thing is happening again, and they do not want then their grievances to take a back seat and then they are sent home.
100% of all grievances they've raised in the previous engagement with SRC, those grievances were settled, okay? And they were all met as per their own demand.
Do these include the refurbishment of their residences?
The university is in a continuous project to refurbish university student accommodation. That is an ongoing. Every year we get the grant, we know every year which university residents that will be undergoing the renovations. So that is in the calendar, and the SRC is fully aware of our renovation schedule as a university.
So how then do students still complain about the fact that right now they may not have water in some of the instances, and then they say that in other instances they're still complaining about Wi-Fi, they're complaining about floors that aren't being done properly, then they're still complaining about toilets and all of that. Have you as council taken a walk through that particular university and satisfied yourselves that where you are now when it comes to these schedules you're telling us that you are working with, that things are actually done and students are actually in places that are habitable and they can be able then to study?
The current university refurbishment project of all our residences is a result of the council walkabout that it conducted in 2001, if I'm correct. And we engaged the Department of Higher Education. And the Department of Education allocated grants to make sure that we refurbish our student accommodation. If you visit our campus, it is is one of the beneficiaries of this refurbishment project. So it's an ongoing process that we are currently committed to make sure even the last outstanding residences that are due to be refurbished, they are refurbished.
All right, Dr. Ntonzima, we'll let you go for now. And as the story continues to unfold, it seems that there's a lot that needs to be done there. But I think we need to take you up on the offer, as you say, that we must maybe visit the residences and see for ourselves exactly what's going on there. But thank you so much for your time. That's Dr. Lulamile Ntonzima, the Registrar of the Walter Sisulu University, speaking on behalf of Council.